AD.
Good morning India, it's just past 8 this 4th October morning and we are back again with Breakfast Show. I'm Anil Thomas. Over the next 1 hour, we'll take you through the major happenings across India and the globe from the field of politics, business and sports, also a regular segment on health and weather. Our top focus over the day, the flood situation in Bihar and the large-scale relief and rescue operations in the state. Today is the last day for filing of nominations for the assembly elections in Maharashtra and Haryana. On to business, where RBI is to announce the monetary policy, and will the central bank cut policy rates to boost economy is worth watching out for. In sports, the Indian team showcasing why they are the kings at home, putting the visitors South Africa on the mat in the Vizag test. Lots of action in the next 1 hour. We'll be getting live inputs from our team of correspondents on the top stories. But first up this Friday morning, the headlines we are tracking at the top of this hour. Over 1 lakh stranded in Patna and as many as 494 panchayats of 15 districts submerged in floodwaters in Bihar. NDRF, SDRF working round the clock. Helicopters and more than 1,000 boats deployed in rescue and relief operations. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Mauritius Prime Minister Praveen Jagannath jointly inaugurate 2 landmark development projects in Mauritius via video conference. Prime Minister describes it as a new chapter in our shared history, heritage and cooperation. For Maharashtra Assembly election, BJP releases third list of 4 candidates while Congress releases another list of candidates. Last date of filing nominations for Haryana and Maharashtra elections today. Huge turnout at Army recruitment rally in Srinagar. Enthusiasm and willingness seen amongst the candidates as the situation in Jammu and Kashmir remains normal. In international news, ahead of fresh talks on nuclear issue with the United States, North Korea says it successfully test-fired a new submarine-launched ballistic missile. Says this will contain external threats and bolster self-defense. And in sports, in the first test in Vizag, South Africa in a spot of bother, losing 3 early wickets in reply to India's first innings mammoth score of 502 for 7 wickets. Both Indian openers hit centuries. And now for the stories in detail, starting first up with the flood situation in Bihar. In Bihar, the Met Department has warned of heavy rain in several districts, including Vaishali, Samastipur, Begusarai and Khagaria. Over 22 lakh people are reeling under the impact of floods in 15 districts, including Kaitehar, Lakshmi Rai, Buxar and Bhagalpur. Several rivers, including Ganga, Sone and Bagmati, are flowing above the danger mark. Meanwhile, rescue and relief operations are on in full swing in the affected areas of the state.
Bihar is facing the fury of rain as the retreating monsoon has caused havoc in many parts of the state. The flood situation in Bihar remained critical on Thursday amid warnings of heavy rains in some parts of the state. Relief and rescue operations are being carried out continuously in 15 districts of the northern and eastern parts of the flood-hit state. 494 panchayats of these 15 districts are submerged in floodwaters, and more than 8,000 affected people have been provided shelter in 19 relief camps in the state. More than 1,000 boats arranged by the administration are involved in helping in rescuing the trapped people. Along with essential items from the government, cooked food is also being distributed through community kitchens in the affected districts. 19 NDRF teams and 5 SDRF teams are deployed in the state. They are working day and night for relief and rescue. Union Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad, who also visited the state, has said that continuous efforts are being made and the situation will improve soon.
50 साल की सबसे बड़ी बारिश हुई थी। राजेंद्र नगर कई इलाकों में 7-8 फीट पानी था, तो मैं 4-5 दिनों से काफ़ी सक्रिय था राहत में, लोगों को निकालने में। भारत सरकार ने पूरी मदद की, प्रदेश सरकार ने आग्रह किया था, फिर मैंने भी जोर लगाया था। कोल इंडिया के 4 पंप गए हैं, वायुसेना के हेलीकॉप्टर गए राहत बांटने के लिए।
In the capital city of Patna, a large population is facing flood fury. Areas such as Kankarbagh, Rajendra Nagar and its surrounding areas are still waterlogged. If water is not pumped out in time, there is a possibility of outbreak of disease. Residents of the area asked the administration to clear up garbage lying on the streets due to waterlogging to avoid outbreak of any kind of disease.
अगर कचरा नहीं हटाया जाए तो महामारी का रूप धारण करेगा और खास करके बच्चे को तो और इस बीमारी में मुश्किल हो जाएगा। खासकर बगल में पार्क है, पार्क में भी उतना ही गंदगी है।
NDRF and SDRF teams have evacuated more than 8,000 people from the city. Heavy-duty pumps have also been pressed into service to pump out water. 2 helicopters and numbers of boats and tractors are transporting food items to the affected people.
एनडीआरएफ की टीम पहुंच चुकी है और वहां भी इंस्ट्रक्शंस क्लियर है कि जितने कम्युनिटी किचन्स हो सके उसको चालू किया जाए। पटना से पहले के कई इलाके में अब पुनपुन स्थिर है और डिक्लाइन कर रही है।
Taking note of the situation, schools in Patna will remain closed till Friday. Meanwhile, the Meteorological Department has issued an orange alert for Patna, Vaishali, Begusarai and Khagaria districts, meaning that these districts may receive rainfall in the next 24 hours. At the same time, the department has also said that districts such as Buxar, Bhojpur, Nevada and Jehanabad might also receive heavy rains on an average. NDRF is fully prepared to meet the eventualities.
Orange alert is of course there, but as the situation stands now, I have just had reports coming to me since morning. I've talked to the commandant and the NDRF other officers there, and the situation is very normal weather-wise in and around Patna and also in the 5 districts.
SDRF, NDRF and other aid agencies are working round the clock to bring the situation under control in the affected areas. It is hoped that life will be back to normal in a few days. With inputs from Salman Haider, DD News.
Well, for more inputs in the story, Salman Haider, our correspondent, joins us this morning from Patna. Salman, good morning. Salman, what's the situation there? What's the Met Department saying? Are we seen, is the worst behind us, or do we expect more rain, scattered across many districts in Bihar?
There is indication of improvement in days ahead. Scattered rain they have predicted for today and tomorrow. लेकिन यहाँ पर जो हालात हैं, अभी मैं यहाँ राजेंद्र नगर धनुष पुल पर हूँ और यहाँ पर बहुत ही पैथेटिक कंडीशन है यहाँ पर, और हमारे पीछे आप देख रहे होंगे पानी लगा हुआ है। यहीं पर राहत के ट्रैक्टर्स भी लगे हुए हैं। जो आसपास की कॉलोनियाँ हैं यहाँ पे, यहाँ पानी पिछले लगभग 8 दिन से लगा हुआ है और दीवारों पर जो निशान हैं उनसे देख करके लगता है कि केवल 2 फीट पानी नीचे गया है, और अगर और बारिश होती है तो बड़ी मुश्किल होगी लोगों के लिए, क्योंकि पानी यहाँ ठहरा हुआ है। जो ड्रेनेज सिस्टम है वो बिल्कुल भी काम नहीं कर रहा है और प्लास्टिक मेनेस है वो देखने को मिल रहा है हमें यहाँ पे। और इससे ये लगता है जो पीने के पानी की सबसे ज़्यादा परेशानी है। अभी हमने देखा कि रस्सियों से लोग प्लास्टिक की बॉटल्स खींच करके अपने घरों में ले जा रहे थे। मैं अपने कैमरा पर्सन से कहूँगा ज़रा कैमरा पैन करेंगे और दीवार पे निशान दिखाएंगे। यहाँ पे आप देखिए जो काला निशान है इस दीवार पर, इतना पानी था और अभी ये इतना नीचे गया है, और वो इसलिए नीचे गया है कि जो नेचुरल इवेपोरेशन होता है उसकी वजह से हुआ है। ये पानी ड्रेनेज के जरिए नहीं गया है, क्योंकि पिछले 4-5 दिनों से बारिश नहीं हुई है, इसलिए पानी कुछ तो जमीन में एब्जॉर्ब कर रहा है और कुछ धूप के कारण सूख गया है। उधर देखेंगे ये कार डूबी हुई है। कितनी डूबी हुई है इससे आपको अंदाजा लग सकता है। यहीं पर एसडीआरएफ और एनडीआरएफ की बोट्स लगी हुई हैं जो राहत कार्य में लगी हुई हैं। और इधर बालकनी पर हम देखेंगे कि ये सारे लोग हैं यहाँ पर जो पिछले 8 दिनों से अपने घरों में कैद होकर के रह गए हैं। इनके पास जो जरूरी सामान है वो अब कम होते जा रहे हैं। यहाँ पर इधर मुकेश से मैं अनुरोध करूंगा सामने दिखाएं। यहाँ पर ट्रैक्टर पे ये जो सामान रखे हुए हैं ये बांटे जा रहे हैं और लोग यहाँ पर कतार में खड़े हुए हैं कि उनको ज़रूरत का सामान मिले और वो अपने घर जाएं, अपनी ज़रूरत पूरी करें। जी
सलमान, अगर इस वर्षा और इस बाढ़ का अगर हम कंपैरिजन किसी और बाढ़ से करें तो क्या ये बाढ़ 2004 की हमें याद दिलाता है या फिर 1975 में जो बाढ़ बिहार में हुई थी उसकी तुलना इसके साथ आप करेंगे?
देखिए 1975 की जो बाढ़ थी वो शहरी इलाकों के लिए इतनी खतरनाक नहीं थी। अभी जो हमें दुष्परिणाम मिल रहा है वो ज्यादातर ड्रेनेज के चोक हो जाने से हुआ है, क्योंकि प्लास्टिक का जो मेनेस है वो बहुत ही ज्यादा विकराल रूप में सामने आया है। ड्रेनेज चौक है, इनकी सफाई की जो कोशिशें हैं वो नाकाम हो रही हैं, बहुत ज्यादा सफलता नहीं मिल रही है। नगर निगम कोशिश कर रहा है, पूरा प्रयास कर रहा है। डंप टैंक मंगाए गए हैं जिनके जरिए पानी को टैंक में सक करके फिर दूसरी जगह ले जाया जा रहा है, लेकिन वो सारी कोशिशें बहुत ही नाकाफी इसलिए हैं कि जो नेचुरल ड्रेनेज सिस्टम था वो फेल हो गया है। जी।
Purely in terms of the state government, the efforts taken by the state government there, how do you look at the rescue and relief work being carried out and the challenges there before the rescue and operation teams, both from the NDRF as well as the SDRF, the challenges that they are facing in carrying out these rescue operations there?
As such, there are no challenges in the city area, and NDRF and SDRF are very much engaged in doing whatever they can, and they are putting their full effort to rescue the people and to reach to them for their needs. Medicines are being provided, ambulances are there in standby to take patients to hospital, and everything is being done by SDRF and NDRF whatever they can. Yes.
Okay, we'll leave it there. Thank you and appreciate you joining us this morning. You take good care of yourself. We'll come back to you for more updates on that developing story there on the flood fury in Bihar. Moving ahead, Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Mauritius Prime Minister Pravind Jagannath jointly inaugurated two landmark projects in Mauritius via video conference on Thursday. These are the phase 1 of the Metro Express and a new ENT hospital. The Indian government has granted $275 million for the Metro Express project and a grant of $14 million for the new hospital project. These projects are being developed under a $353 million grant awarded by the Government of India to Mauritius in March 2017. The grant was awarded as a special economic package for assisting 5 high-priority projects, which include the Metro Express project and a new ENT hospital. Prime Minister Modi described the inauguration as a new chapter in the shared history, heritage and cooperation of both countries. He said they are a symbol of India's strong commitment to development of Mauritius. Prime Minister listed the other projects being developed with India's assistance. He announced 2 new projects related to healthcare.
Both these projects will serve the people of Mauritius. They are a symbol of India's strong commitment to development of Mauritius. We are proud that India had partnered Mauritius in these and other projects of direct public interest. Last year, a joint project provided e-tablets to young children. The new Supreme Court building and 1,000 social housing units are coming up rapidly. I am happy to announce that India will support the construction of a renal unit as well as medical clinics and area health centers. The Indian Ocean is a bridge between India and Mauritius. The vision of Sagar, security and growth for all in the region will guide us to work closely together on all aspects of maritime economy, security. I would like to thank the government of Mauritius for joining the Coalition for Disaster Resilient Infrastructure as a founding member.
We are deeply grateful for your personal involvement in the achievement of this first phase of the Metro Express. Without India's support and assistance, we would never have progressed so quickly in implementing not only the Metro Express project, but also other projects. इसके लिए मॉरिशस की जनता हमेशा भारत का आभारी रहेगी. You so rightly stated during your formidable speech at the 74th General Assembly of the United Nations that success for you means people should experience change. My government shares the same philosophy and convictions. Today's historic event bears out the depth of our determination and commitment to our modernization endeavor.
Well, today is the last day to file nominations to contest the Maharashtra Assembly polls. Candidates on a total of 143 seats have been announced. BJP on Thursday released its third list of 4 candidates. The third list includes the BJP's candidates for Shirpur, Ramtek, Sakoli and Malad West Assembly Vidhan Sabha seats. The party is yet to announce its candidate on 7 assembly constituencies in Maharashtra. While Congress named 18 more candidates, with this the party has so far announced 141 nominees for the elections to the 288-member Maharashtra Assembly. The Congress and the Nationalist Congress Party, that's the NCP, are contesting the election together under a pre-poll alliance. Elections in Maharashtra will be held on 21st of October and the results will be out on the 24th of this month. Well, for more on the story, Yogesh Sheetal, our correspondent tracking the elections for us, joins us this morning on the phone line. Yogesh, still there is suspense over some seats in Maharashtra. What's the reason? And some big names still missing, getting the ticket there from the BJP as well as the Shiv Sena.
A very good morning, Anil. See, as far as names are concerned, let me tell you, there are different kind of differences. Like NCP and Congress, the main thing is the parties are not able to decide that what exactly they have to do with the other parties, like Samajwadi Party, like other parties, small parties. And that's the reason why we had seen recently that when Prithviraj Chavan, the former Chief Minister of Maharashtra, and Nawab Malik, the NCP chief spokesperson, were addressing a press conference, they were stuck. Even they called media and they postponed press conference for 2 times, and ultimately they said that we are not prepared as of now to give you the names of our candidates, but we will release it in a press release. So that's a complete confusion, and that's in fact it's not a mutual consent, because they believe, some of the small parties believe, that any decisions that are being taken by the regional leaders will not sustain, and ultimately the final order that will sustain will become from the center, from the High Command in New Delhi. So that's the main reason why Congress party is not able to decide that what they have to do, because they have lost the trust. What happened recently, we had seen that the small parties don't believe regional leaders, like senior Congress leaders, like even Sanjay Nirupam. Recently we had seen how Sanjay Nirupam had posted a tweet that he had recommended a candidate, but the candidature was not approved from Delhi. So this is what happening with Congress. As far as NCP is concerned, we all know that many senior NCP leaders have changed their pocket of late. Most of them have joined BJP, some of them have joined NCP. Now the most important thing recently we have seen, when Aditya Thackeray was filing his nomination, the Worli constituency seat, which was NCP was a strong contestant there. Sachin Ahir was a prominent NCP leader. Now NCP leader Sachin Ahir had joined Shiv Sena. So this is a clear-cut, a very comfortable seat for Aditya Thackeray. And what we have learned from our sources, that there was already a talk was held between Sanjay Raut and Ajit Pawar about just to make sure that there will not be a tough battle for Aditya Thackeray. That is a political thing. Now coming to BJP. BJP is very confident because of many reasons. The first reason for BJP to be confident is the schemes that have been launched by the center, also by the state, but center's schemes have benefited most of the people in Marathwada and Vidarbha, because there are poor areas. We all know how farmers are sustaining there. We know how the challenges there local people are facing there, the water crisis, the employment crisis, the migration crisis. We have we know there are different issues are there. Now the issues were
Yogesh, purely looking at time running out. Today is the last day to file nominations. Candidates are still not clear whether they're going to get a ticket or not. Is there confusion galore? you know, in every party there, especially the opposition, when you look at the Congress, when you look at the NCP, even look at smaller players there in the elections, do you feel that since the party is not announced the candidate even at the last minute, the last day, is there confusion galore there in the opposition camp?
See, Anil, actually, see, the thing is, like, if you just go through the newspapers headlines today, the problem is rebels. Now, most of the candidates, like, see, what's happening in Nabi Mumbai, what's happening in Thane, let me tell you. You know, a big leader like Ganesh Naik or any senior leader, now they have joined the party. They have changed the party. Now, since they have changed the party, now their supporters are confused because this happened at the very last moment. And now, because of this happened in the last moment, now the party is not able to convince the supporter because they have, just brought senior leaders in the loop. But the thing is, the main core workers are not supporting, and that's the reason some of the rebels have declared themselves as a independent candidate. So that's happening somewhere. That's the main reasons why the things are not getting sorted out by the parties. Now, whether it is a small party, whether it is a big opposition parties like NCP, like Congress, or like other parties. So that's the main thing. The rebels, because satisfying rebels is a very major task, and this is a must. Because if the ground level workers are not happy, ground level workers are saying a different voice, so that may be a cause of a big disturbance, a big rhetoric for the other parties also. For the other parties, because if they shift their stance, that will entirely change the decisively. That will change the result. So everyone knows that that's the reason they are taking time. But since this is a deadline today, so we can expect some big development later in the day. Yeah,
okay, we'll leave it there. Thank you and appreciate you joining us this morning with the last day of nominations there for the elections in Maharashtra today. We'll also be looking at Haryana, where elections takes place simultaneously along with Maharashtra. In Haryana, the BJP leader and state president Captain Abhimanyu, Congress leader Randeep Singh Surjewala and INLD's Abhay Singh Chautala were among the 475 candidates who filed their nomination papers on Thursday, the penultimate day for filing of nominations for the state assembly polls. Captain Abhimanyu filed his papers from the Narnaund constituency. Surjewala filed his nomination papers from the Kaithal constituency, and Abhay Singh Chautala filed his nomination papers from Elanabad. The nominations were filed in the 22 districts in the state. Haryana Chief Minister Manohar Lal Khattar had already filed his nomination papers. It is to be noted that today is the last day for filing nominations in Haryana too. The elections in Haryana will take place on October 21st, with the results simultaneously declared along with the Maharashtra results on the 24th of this month. Moving up north in Srinagar, a two-day unit headquarters quota rally meant for blood relation of serving or retired officers commenced at the Jammu and Kashmir Light Infantry Regiment Centre under the aegis of the Chinar Corps at Srinagar on Thursday. Around 2,000 aspirants from the state turned up for the enrollment as soldier general duty, tradesman and clerk. Selected individuals who clear the physical screening now will be put through medical examination and a common entrance examination. Finally, a merit will be drawn as per the vacancies to shortlist the candidates who will join the centre for recruit training. The rally was a huge success in terms of the enthusiasm and willingness seen amongst the candidates who turned up in large numbers from all parts of Kashmir Valley. The aspirants displayed true grit and determination to prove their mettle for securing a chance to serve the nation.
This rally is part of the overall process to select 2780 recruits for the Jackla regiment. Approximately 2,000 candidates have already reported to our center, and the process of recruitment is under progress. In Jackla, we have got soldiers from the state of Jammu and Kashmir, and the troop composition is 50% Muslims, 50% non-Muslims. This vacancy is for the state of J&K, and usually 1/3, you can take it as a broad parameter, 1/3 person would be from Kashmir.
बहुत अच्छा लगा सर, मुझे आने का बचपन से शौक रखता हूँ. अभी मैं 12th में पढ़ता हूँ, आगे और मतलब पढ़ाई जारी रखनी है मुझे, तो आगे और भी कुछ करना है. आर्मी के बाद भी और मेरी प्लानिंग भी है, इंशाल्लाह उस तक मैं पहुँच जाऊँगा, उम्मीद है सर. क्या सोच के आर्मी आपने ज्वाइन? सर मतलब भारतीय सेना की थोड़ा सा रक्षा भी करनी है, आगे और भी मुझे बहुत सारे काम करने पड़ते हैं सर।
तो कहीं भी आप देश की सेवा के लिए तैयार है बॉर्डर्स पे?
जी सर, हाजिर हूँ सर।
हम भी आए हैं यहाँ पर अपनी किस्मत आजमाने के लिए और माशाल्लाह हमारी जो रेस है वो हमने कर ली और ये जिगजैग लॉन्ग जंप वो हमने पास कर लिया। अब बाकी चुनाव से वगैरह वगैरह इंशाल्लाह वो भी करेंगे।
तो क्या सोच के आप आर्मी में आए?
सर ये देश की रक्षा, हम चाहते हैं कि देश सेफ रहे।
तो आना चाहिए कश्मीर के लड़कों को?
हाँ सर, आना चाहिए यहाँ पर क्योंकि ये बहुत ही सुरक्षा है और ये वो लोग हैं जो बाकी की सुरक्षा के बारे में सोचते हैं, अपने बारे में नहीं सोचते हैं, बाकी की सुरक्षा के बारे में सोचते हैं।
Union Information and Broadcasting Minister Prakash Javadekar has said that fake news is more dangerous than paid news and there is a need for the government and the media to combat it jointly. He said that there is a need for the government and the media to combat this particular menace on a war footing. The government will not, there should be some kind of regulation on over-the-top platforms as in print and media. OTT platforms include news portals and also streamers. The government has not taken any decision on this particular matter. It is everyone's job and fake news is more dangerous than paid news. He said fake news has to be stopped and this is to be a joint work and it is not just the government's job, it is everybody's job to keep fake news under check. The government is doing its bit to stop the menace and has run programs on Doordarshan News such as Kashmir Ka Sach to tackle fake news about Kashmir. Bangladesh Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina attended an interactive session of the World Economic Forum in the national capital on Thursday. This is the first visit of Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina after assuming office for the third consecutive term and in the second term of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. During the visit, Sheikh Hasina will hold bilateral talks with Prime Minister Narendra Modi and call on President Ramnath Kovind. The two Prime Ministers will jointly inaugurate 3 bilateral projects via video link and exchange MOUs. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar and Congress President Sonia Gandhi will call on Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. The two countries are likely to sign 10 to 12 MOUs and agreements during the visit. Meanwhile, heavy rains lashed various parts of Delhi and the national capital region on Thursday evening. Flight operations at the Indira Gandhi International Airport were suspended for 26 minutes between 7:56 and 8:22 p.m. in the evening due to extremely heavy rains which were accompanied by strong winds in the city. The heavy downpour caused waterlogging in many parts of the city which later led to severe traffic congestion. The brief spell of showers made the weather pleasant by bringing the much needed respite from the hot and humid weather. The Met Department had predicted light scattered rain in the national capital over the next 3 to 4 days. Prime Minister Narendra Modi paid tribute to the revolutionary fighter Shyamji Krishna Verma on his birth anniversary. Prime Minister tweeted tribute to the great son of the nation Shyamji Krishna Verma on his birth anniversary. Whether at home or abroad, he constantly focused for the complete independence through his revolutionary activities. His contribution in the freedom struggle will always remain a source of inspiration for the countrymen. Moving to international stories, European powers have requested a closed-door meeting of the UN Security Council after North Korea's latest missile test, which it said was submarine launched. The demand from Britain, France and Germany came as the United States and North Korea prepare to resume nuclear talks this week. North Korea said the test on Wednesday of a submarine-launched ballistic missile marked a new phase in its defense capability. The test was by far the most provocative since Pyongyang began a dialogue with Washington in 2018 and marked a significant step in North Korea's nuclear weapons program. Back home, neighbors Sri Lanka. In Sri Lanka, a petition was filed on Thursday before the Supreme Court to invalidate the declaration of presidential election scheduled for November 16th. The petition has been filed by the former mayor of Galle on the basis that President Maithripala Sirisena's term was for 6 years when he was elected to the post in January 2015. The 19th Amendment brought subsequently has reduced his term to 5 years, but the petition has challenged the basis of that. He has argued that holding the election would effectively reduce the president's term to 5 years, which would go against the sovereignty of the people. In another case, hearing in the Court of Appeal on the petition challenging the citizenship of presidential candidate Gotabaya Rajapakse has been deferred till today. The petitioners allege that the citizenship certificate issued to Gotabaya Rajapakse is not a valid document before the law. Israeli lawmakers were sworn into the new parliament or Knesset on Thursday without a new government formed after tight results in the country's do-over elections caused a political deadlock. The ceremony marked the inauguration of Israel's 22nd Knesset. The event began with the address by Israeli President Reuven Rivlin to the newly elected 120 members of the Knesset. He urged the right-wing Liquid Party and the centrist Blue and White Party to form a broad unity government after the do-over elections were concluded with inconclusive results, meaning both sides did not win enough votes to form a government. US President Donald Trump has said that he wants Ukraine and China to investigate former US Vice President Joe Biden and his son, openly advocating an action that triggered a Democratic impeachment inquiry in Congress. Trump's earlier efforts to have the Ukraine president launch an investigation into Biden and his son Hunter were catalogued in a July 25th telephone call released by the White House. Trump also said that he believed China should launch a probe of the Biden, alluding to unproven allegations that he and his lawyer have made out about Hunter Biden's business dealings in China. He also added that China should start an investigation into this because what happened in China is just as bad as what happened with Ukraine. Meanwhile, the United States has said it would slap a 10% tariff on European-made Airbus planes and 25% duties on French wines, Scotch and Irish whiskies and cheese from across the continent as punishment for illegal EU aircraft subsidies. The announcement came after the World Trade Organization gave the US the go-ahead to impose $7.5 billion of tariff on EU goods to compensate. In return, European Union said that the move will first hit US consumers and companies. It had earlier stressed that it was considering all possible responses to the tariffs, including retaliation. The US Trade Representative's target list for EU tariffs is set to take effect on October 18th. The US is already in a trade war with China, and any wider flare-up of tit-for-tat tariffs with Europe could threaten a fragile global economy. Iraqi Prime Minister Abdul Mahdi has called on lawmakers to help him reshuffle cabinet posts and urged calm after 3 days of deadly civil unrest rocking the country. The Prime Minister said there was no magic solution to the country's chronic governance problems and graft, but pledged to try to pass a new law granting poor families a basic income. He gave his remarks in a televised speech as protesters demanded the fall of the government. The Prime Minister said protesters' call to end corruption were correct, but said the government must be helped to carry out its duties. Ministerial amendments must be approved by Parliament. Abdul Mahdi on Wednesday declared a curfew in Baghdad until further notice. At least 34 people have been killed and over 1,500 injured during nationwide anti-government demonstrations. Well, it's time now to welcome on board my colleague Ajay Mishra to get us the latest in the world of finance.
Thanks very much, Anil. The Reserve Bank of India is likely to go for yet another rate cut today, the 5th in a row, as inflation is within the comfort zone and the need of the hour is to boost the economy, which is very pressing at this moment. RBI Governor Shaktikant Das has already hinted that benign inflation provides room for further monetary policy easing, while space for fiscal space is limited. The government has announced a series of measures, including steepest cut in the corporate taxes, rollback of finance surcharge on foreign portfolio investors, among others, to jumpstart growth, which hit a 6-year low of 5% during the first quarter of the current fiscal. The 6-member MPC is scheduled to announce the 4th bi-monthly policy today. And we are joined by our correspondent Shyama Mishra in Mumbai. Shyama, can we expect some kind of relief before Diwali for the consumer as well from the RBI side?
Well, the entire market and the entire industry is counting on the continuous rate cuts that is happening, and this would be the first time around when the RBI is expected to cut more rates. And the experts are also of the view that like the last time 35 basis points was cut that was non-conventional, unconventional, and this time around, the market is also expecting that the RBI would be cutting rates around 40 basis points, so that the repo rate should be around 5%, and the people are also expecting that till the rate cut is not around 5%, the RBI would continue to do so, and this is correct time, because after the announcement of Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman's major announcements for it boosting the economy, this would be in line to boost the economy and also the markets, because markets, we have seen that in the past two weeks, markets have fared well, and this time around it is expected after the announcement of RBI, markets would take another green path and touch more highs.
Right. Shama, but what about growth projection? Because RBI has expected a 6.9% of growth rate this year, but we have seen that it has hit just 5% mark for the June quarter. So do you see the possibility of revising the growth estimates down for the year as a whole?
Well, it could be in the cards, because even the last time and before that, we saw that RBI had in the policy review, policy announcement, they had downward revised the GDP growth rate and the entire growth rate. So this time around it is expected, and given the fact that we are seeing the flood situation everywhere, since the inflation rate is in the comfort range of RBI, it could be expected that in near future, because of the floods everywhere, the the rates of the vegetables and pulses and other groceries could be getting high, and because of that, the effect on the GDP and everywhere else, because that is in the that is in tandem, and that could fuel further inflation. So yes, that could be on the card.
Thanks very much, Shama. You keep an eye on the RBI policies review this afternoon, and we'll keep coming to you. And other factors like global crude oil prices and the trade war between US and India will also be seen, and its impact, possible impact on the Indian economy. The Sensex continued its losing streak on the Thursday. The benchmark had given up over 800 points in the last 4 sessions, and also the Dow lost 800 points in just 2 days over investors' worries over slowing growth globally. Indian markets too remain weak for the both domestic and global concerns, while the Sensex gave up 199 points or 0.52% to end the session as 38,107 points. The broader Nifty 50 settled at 11,314 points, down 46 points. The Nifty mid cap and small cap also gave up about 5% in the last 4 days, taking their 6 months losses to 14.3 and 18.5 respectively. The market breadth indicating the overall health of the markets was tilted towards the losers over the last 1.5 years. The Union Minister Piyush Goyal on Thursday said that the relationship between India and United States is better than never before. Goyal was speaking at the World Economic Forum's India's Economic Summit. While agreeing that there are challenges, Goyal added that the India and US are engaging in a healthy way to improve trade relations. He further said that India has an important role to play in the field of trade, as it is the largest democracy in the world with spiral demand for the products.
For both these countries, the oldest and the largest democracy in the world, I think trade is one aspect of a multi-dimensional relationship, but a very important aspect. And trade is not something that's to be decided for one transaction. It's not as if you're just going and buying a hotel or sorting a bankruptcy that our senior colleague Secretary Ross would have to do. Trade has to consider the past, the present, the future, the political dynamics, local issues, long-term issues, bilateral and multilateral commitments.
And during the summit, the Wilbur Ross said that he and the Piyush Goyal is exploring the ways and how India can take advantage of the trade war between US and China. That's all in the Finance World. Thanks for watching.
Well, thank you, Ajay, for those inputs, and let's keep our fingers crossed as we watch the monetary policy. Well, shifting focus to sports, where India declared their first innings at 502 for 7 on the second day of the series opener against South Africa in Vizag on Thursday. Mayank Agarwal scored 215, while Rohit Sharma scored 76 in India's massive total. It is Mayank Agarwal's maiden double 100 in Test cricket. He made his debut in Australia last year and made an immediate impact down under. Meanwhile, after Rohit Sharma fell for 176, Mayank stayed strong and became the 23rd Indian to score a double century in Test cricket. India lost overnight batsman Rohit in the first session and Cheteshwar Pujara, skipper Virat Kohli, Ajinkya Rahane and Mayank in the second session. Rohit Sharma and Mayank Agarwal had broken a slew of records en route to that 317-run opening wicket stand. South Africa had to bat 20 overs in the match, but Ravichandran Ashwin picked up 2 wickets while Ravindra Jadeja removed night watchman Dane Peat as South Africa finished the day precariously positioned at 39 for 3. They still trail India's first innings score by 463 runs with 3 days of action left in the test match in the first test of the 3-match series. Well, let's now take a look at the top stories published in the newspapers from the national capital. Our first look is at the Hindustan Times, and this is an interesting story on the sudden deluge that stormed Delhi last evening. The capital was hit on Thursday evening by an unusually heavy spell of rain. For this time of the year, throwing both road and air traffic out of gear and cooling the weather. 50 flights disrupted in the 24-minute period. 35.2 mm rain recorded till 9 p.m. A drop in temperature minus 13.2. There was a drop in temperature. It dropped from 34.8 to 21.6 by 8:30 p.m. The prediction is generally cloudy sky for the day today ahead and a possibility of light rain or drizzle for the people in Delhi and NCR. Our next look is at the Times of India, and it's it's a first in this. Real estate developer has now moved the Uttar Pradesh Real Estate Regulatory Authority, or the RERA, against buyers for not taking delivery of their flats, making it the first complaint of its kind. This particular complaint has taken place in Uttar Pradesh. The real estate company alleged that the buyers are neither taking delivery of the flats nor paying up the pending dues. And now what the UP RERA has done, it's given 25 of these buyers at least 45 days to settle the final dues, warning that they could lose their flats. You know, RERA generally benches have been taken steps against defaulting builders, but this is the first time that the builder has approached the RERA against the home buyers. So first of its kind in Uttar Pradesh. Moving to our next look at the national dailies, our look is at the Indian Express. This is an interesting story in the middle pages on Madhya Pradesh, all set to get its 7th Tiger Reserve. The committee has submitted its report on the long delayed project, and this recently declared as the Tiger State of India. Madhya Pradesh is inching closer to getting its 7th Tiger Reserve, the Ratapani Tiger Reserve, and the company of the state government has finalized the contours of the core and buffer area that is needed for the proposed reserve. And this particular reserve has been pending for almost a decade. Finally, the new government's tiger push there, and it is expected to be closer to Bhopal and is expected to bring more tourists to the state of Madhya Pradesh. Our final look at the papers, and this comes from the Asian Age, and in the bottom the Facebook, the social giant, social media platform Facebook, suffering a legal blow in EU court. European courts now can order Facebook to remove defamatory content worldwide. Facebook on Wednesday facing a major blow in EU's top court, which ruled that national courts in Europe can order online platforms to remove defamatory content worldwide. This decision is basically seen as a victory for EU regulators who are ambitious to see US tech giants meet tightened European standards over hate speech and offensive content. Well, moving now to the history, and let's take a look at all the important events that took place on this very day in history, 4th of October.
On this day in 1830, Belgium separated itself from Netherlands after a revolution erupted in Brussels. A provisional government declared independence on October 4th in 1830. In 1957, on this day, a Russian satellite, Sputnik, was launched into space. It was the first man-made object ever to leave the Earth's atmosphere. On this day in 1977, former PM Atal Bihari Vajpayee became the first person to address the 32nd UN General Assembly in Hindi. He made his debut on the international arena as Foreign Minister to deliver the speech in Hindi.
Well, after a look at history, it's time now to come back to the present and take a look at the events listed for today.
Bangladesh Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, who is on 4-day visit to India, will participate in India-Bangladesh Business Forum in New Delhi today. Today is the last day to file nomination for upcoming assembly elections in Haryana and Maharashtra. The polling will be held on October 21st. The Reserve Bank of India is scheduled to announce its fourth bi-monthly monetary policy of the ongoing fiscal year 2019 and 20. Today is the last day to conduct election in state units of BCCI. The deadline was set up by the Committee of Administrators.
Well, every new idea does not need an urban setting. Villages in India today are breeding entrepreneurs and innovators who are putting new ideas in motion. Our Good News India story for today is about one such farmer in Chhattisgarh village whose courage has led to the production of a new kind of fabric that is all the rage. Take a look.
Meet Sydney Village's innovative weaver farmer, Ramadhar Devangan. Past 62 years of age, Ramadhar's new profession was born of a desire to do something new apart from the family tradition of weaving. As he became the first farmer to weave cloth from linseed stalk fiber, his fame has spread not just across Chhattisgarh but across the country as well.
हमने उसके रेशे से जो धागा बनाया सर, तो धागा बना के उसका कपड़ा बनाया, तो उस डंठल की भी कुछ कीमत हो गई साहब.
The process of extracting thread from linseed stalk fiber is extremely complicated and is done by hand. Ramadhar has now even linked 2 women self-help groups to his team, thereby providing much needed employment. Ramadhar acquired his idea of weaving from linseed stalk fiber from his discussions with agricultural scientists in Bilaspur. The speciality of jackets made from such stuff is that it cools and warms up according to the season. Thread from this kind is now sold at 1,000 rupees a meter, and a jacket is sold for 2,500 rupees. Ramadhar has, by his single-handed courage and success, become an example for many others. For Good News India, from Jajgir Champa, Rajkumar Sahu and Sunil Tiwari's report, DD News.
Well, to celebrate the International Day of Older Persons, a walkathon was organized in the national capital. On this occasion, Union Minister of Social Justice and Empowerment, Tawarchand Gehlot, flagged off a walkathon for older persons. This event has a great value for awareness about welfare of senior citizens and giving a life of dignity to elderly persons.
To mark the International Day of Older Persons, a walkathon was organized in Delhi. Tawarchand Gehlot, Union Minister of Social Justice and Empowerment, flagged off the walkathon for older persons and also took part with all the dignitaries. In his address, Gehlot said that the government is committed to the welfare of older persons.
अपील करता हूं, अनुरोध करता हूं कि उनके मन मस्तिष्क में कोई सुझाव हो तो वो मेरे मंत्रालय के पास भिजवाएंगे. हम उनके सुझावों पर गंभीरता से विचार करके नई नीति और नया कानून बनाएंगे, उसमें समावेश करने का काम करेंगे. अंतर्राष्ट्रीय वृद्धजन दिवस के अवसर पर मैं सभी देश के वरिष्ठ नागरिकों को हार्दिक बधाई देता हूं, शुभकामनाएं देता हूं और आश्वस्त करता हूं कि नरेंद्र मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में नरेंद्र मोदी जी की सरकार उनकी सुख सुविधा और समृद्ध जीवन के लिए निरंतर उपाय करती रहेगी.
To make this event special and memorable, senior citizens participated enthusiastically. On this occasion, elderly people also displayed their skills. On this occasion, a yoga session was also organized. This event had a great value for awareness about welfare of senior citizens and giving a life of dignity to elderly persons.
बहुत अच्छा लगा और मैं कोशिश करूंगी कि कुछ और नई चीज़ें लेकर आऊं और मतलब फिटनेस के लिए सबको जागृत करूं. और जैसे सबने रिस्पांस किया, इससे पता चलता है कि मोदी जी ने जो फिट इंडिया डे में बोला था कि इंडिया को यहाँ पे रेगुलर एक्सरसाइज करना चाहिए और तभी सब हेल्दी रह सकते हैं, तो वो चीज़ मुझे नज़र आ रही थी, वो स्टार्ट हो गई है.
हमारे तो इन्होंने एज ही कम कर दी है जी. अगर हम अपने आप को
75 का समझते हैं तो समझ लो हम 65 के हो गए हैं। तो ये बहुत अच्छा प्रोग्राम होता है।
The event is a symbol of expression of solidarity with the older generation and also an act that gives a strong message to the whole world that senior citizens are an integral part of our society. Suchitra's report, DD News, Delhi.
Out, out! Free hand! Free hand! Woo!
Well, time now to take a look at the weather in your city. Well, before we end this edition of Breakfast Show, we leave you with a positive thought to kickstart your day. You become what you believe. Let's now take a look at the glimpses of the Durga Pandal set up across Kolkata and Guwahati, where mobile tower and dish TV antenna are used to spread awareness on their harmful impact on birds and ISRO's achievement as special attractions. Have a safe and wonderful weekend ahead. Take a look, smile and stay healthy. Bye-bye.
Thank you.